Hi, everybody, and welcome to that rock, punk, metal music show. And I got it right again. Yes, I did. No? Yeah, that one. Okay. So today we are going to be going over events and what happened in music for the year of 2018. So yeah, Dave and I kind of came up with all sorts of research and stuff that we wanted to talk about.
And we probably didn't even scratch the surface.
No. Oh my gosh. In doing all of the research, we probably would have gone on for at least 3 hours. No, because between rock...
I'm tired. It is past my bedtime.
Between rock and metal.
Punk,
and
metal, hardcore, death metal.
Yeah. So a lot was really going on. By the way, this is our first...
Deathcore, grindcore.
Metalcore. Everything
hardcore,
else that's going on, yeah.
Softcore. Oh, wait, sorry.
No, I'm not.
Wrong industry.
He is tired. He's going off into another realm here.
Okay.
But this is also our first time that we're doing, not only are we doing Facebook Live, but we're also doing YouTube Live. So we're working with that and figuring
Welcome, YouTube.
All us, yes. So hello. Okay, so that one's YouTube and that one is Facebook Live. So number one, we appreciate everything that you guys have been sending in and
tell your friends.
Requests.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
And she told two friends, and she told two friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. $4.
I can't even, I don't even know what to say when he goes off on this one.
We're going to start off with 3 major announcements for farewell tours. Slayer.
Yes.
Ozzy's No More Tours 2. Mm-hmm. And Kiss, The End of the World. End of the World, End of the Road.
I wasn't aware of Kiss.
Yeah.
I know.
This is like Kiss's 15th farewell tour, so who knows? It could be. But in my opinion, I mean, a lot of people are going to hate me for this, and I'm not concerned. Kiss's farewell tour was 1996. Ace Frehley and Peter Criss was the last time they toured with the band.
Well, that was the one I saw.
As far as I'm concerned, that's Kiss's farewell tour.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And to be honest with you, all 3 of these bands, and again, people are going to be pissed off at me, I truly hope that these are final tours. Mm-hmm. It's time. You know? Yeah. Again, Kiss has done, maybe not 14, but I think this is their 3rd farewell tour.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Gene Simmons is 69 years old. Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tours 2. Mm-hmm. The man's 70 years old. His next tour is going to be the Wheelchair Roundup.
Don't give me that visual.
Slayer.
Yeah.
In their 50s. Let it go at the top of your game. I saw Kiss years ago. They played with Aerosmith at the Garden. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, I'm a Kiss fan since I was this big.
Yeah.
I mean, and Paul Stanley did not sound good. It's time to go.
And with me, with all of this, hearing about Slayer's the one band that was always on my bucket list and I never had a chance to see, and I adore.
Wouldn't you rather see Slayer and say, I saw Slayer, they were freaking awesome?
Yeah.
Or 10 years from now, do you want to say, I saw Slayer, they fucking sucked. They're no good anymore, you know?
Yeah. And you're right about that.
It's like, it's just, you got to know when it's time to go.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people, they don't.
You know what? Sometimes I think people want to hang on to certain bands. They don't want to see them go. They're so good, and
which I completely understand.
Right. Uh-huh.
I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
And how much more does Ozzy really have left?
I get it.
He still sounds good. Black Sabbath's farewell tour, they're done.
Yeah.
Which
and the last album was really quite good.
Which is great. And they went out. They had a good tour. They sounded good. Their new drummer was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And they went out in a good place. Kiss doesn't sound good anymore.
Right.
You know, Slayers, if they go out, if this is truly a farewell tour, they're going to go out at the top of their game. They sound great.
Yeah.
They're still one of the top metal bands in the world.
What do you all think out there? You know what I mean? What bands?
I truly hope that this is, all of them, I hope that this is really their farewell tour.
Yeah, I get it. I really do. I mean, there was a whole bunch of things, that like a lot of announcements, but the Slayer is my bucket list. That's the one thing I haven't seen yet.
A Week in the Abyss.
Oh.
At the Chance.
Oh my God, my heart. My heart. That would be amazing to see.
Yeah.
Or to see a recording of that.
That's my favorite Slayer album. Seasons in the Abyss, my favorite album.
I think that's for most people. For most people, you know?
It almost takes, Seasons in the Abyss almost takes their whole career and pushes it into one album.
Well, looking at this, 37 years together for Slayer.
I mean,
that's longevity.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
37 years, I can't even begin to understand all of this. And I'm looking at a couple of things here because it says, I have my notes here. So on January,
we're getting old, we forget.
There's so much information. Speak for yourself. I'm looking at all of this information here, and again, on January 22nd of last year now, this was announced.
A year ago.
I just can't even begin to. It's just amazing that any band could last that long.
Right.
You know, so there are more. We were talking about a whole bunch of different things here. So for any of those, if anybody remembers Nightwish.
Nightwish.
Yeah. That's a band I haven't heard for a long time.
No, I don't know if I can't say for sure.
Yep.
But I don't know if I've ever heard them.
Yeah, I would consider it more on the hard rock end, on that end, and embarked on a 9-month tour titled Decades the World Tour, including songs that have not played for a long time. So that is considered to be a big event because I was looking at all of these different things here. Machine Head, who I'm a big fan of, is on hiatus. They didn't close up. They didn't close up shop. They are on hiatus. And Rob Flynn announced that Machine Head will do one final tour with the members Phil Dremmel, who is the guitarist, and Dave McClain, who is the drummer, who had recently left the band. Flynn claimed that they were not breaking up the band, but this is his farewell tour with this particular lineup. So it is not the farewell tour of Machine Head, but of this current lineup. That's the way it is being said. So
Soundgarden finally
Soundgarden.
Disbanded.
Yeah.
They're
That
done.
was even that. Like I want to even touch on that, but Soundgarden. That's pretty.
Rush.
There's nothing.
Rush.
Well,
how long has Rush been together with the original lineup?
Since I can remember.
No, I'm sorry, it's not the original lineup.
Is it?
No, Neil Peart is the second drummer.
Are you a big Rush fan? Okay.
I got into him a little bit in the 2112 era.
Right. Okay.
You know. And I'm not a huge fan, but I like
I
the
was
music.
going to say it's the same thing, but I know a lot of people that are like really, really obsessive in regards to Rush. So it's like, and I get it. The musicianship.
And then they figured out they were done.
Yeah.
They didn't want to push the envelope. They didn't want to, drag themselves down into a hole that just left them looking like shit when it was over.
Yeah. I think
and they left in a good place.
Yeah. And I would say so. So that's even just one of them. You're knocking these out off the top of the head. I'm looking at all of the. I can't do this on my own. But getting back to Soundgarden a little bit, because that was a big one, and the reason why I say that's a big one because it unfortunately suicide has been kind of in the forefront, and I would say maybe in the past 2 years, especially in regards to rock music. So that to me was a huge thing. I think that's even on the list because back to Soundgarden again. So Chris Cornell committed suicide, but so did
Chester.
Oh my gosh!
Bennington.
Benjamin.
Linkin
yes,
Park.
that's it.
So they were close friends.
Yes.
And so both these lead singers, incredibly talented singers, committed suicide. So it's something to really think about and bring to the forefront because
it's horrible.
It is horrible. But, I've said this before. Some of the best music comes from a place of sorrow and pain.
Absolutely.
And so this amazing music comes out and you don't really realize what it takes for a singer or a songwriter to put that on paper and to translate that into music. And especially in Linkin Park, you can hear his pain. So with that in mind, he obviously couldn't deal with it anymore.
Right.
And I hope that brings some things to the forefront in this case. So a lot of times it's drugs or sexual abuse and other things that
Just
certain
push
people
over the edge.
that
Push it to that point.
Yeah, and Lincoln Park actually says, pushes it
Yeah.
to the edge. But it was at least the subject was there when these two suicides happened and were brought to the forefront. So it's really good that at least people are talking about it.
Unfortunately, there's way too much news about it.
It is, but at least people are talking about it because
I
it was
agree.
pretty much a stigma.
I agree.
And people should be talking about it. And,
absolutely.
Young people, there's a lot of ways to contact people, even if it can't be, somebody close, or maybe the abuse comes from somebody who's real close, as what happened to Chester of Lincoln Park. I think it was an uncle he was talking about. But in regards to all of that, these people come, they pull that emotion out and it comes out in their music. And it's sad to see these two amazing singers,
Yes.
songwriters go.
Yes.
Another person that committed suicide from Huntress. I think I have that in there. She was
Not
the lead
familiar with
singer.
them.
And it's funny because I was really starting to get into Jana. I think her name is, I have it in the notes because I don't want to do it injustice. But amazing vocalist, because I love the fact that there were women.
Jill Janis.
Jill Janis. Janice,
Right.
and
Whoa.
forgive me for anybody, but
42.
40, yeah, she was 42 years old and
crazy.
committed suicide, but also lead singer of the Cranberries. She didn't commit suicide, she died,
Yes.
but, again, there was a lot that was going on
There
in
was
there.
a bunch of people we lost last year.
Actually, you have a much more complete list
Yes.
here, and this is just
and
touching
this
just scratching the surface
It
with all
just
the
goes
information.
on and on and on. I mean, I have down here just the ones that are familiar to me.
So we can touch on.
Dave Holland from Judas Priest, original drummer, passed away. And Glenn Tipton.
Oh, yes, I was just
Glenn
looking at
Tipton
this.
had to quit Judas Priest. He couldn't play anymore.
So it's Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
So how old was? Does it say how old he was? Because
He's
Parkinson's.
got to be in his 60s.
Yeah, because that's a degenerative disease and takes
Yeah.
quite a while. By the way, that was brought up here. So if anybody needs a little bit of help, and sorry to digress a little
That's
bit,
all right.
but the suicide
No, this has gotta
hotline,
be-
the
gotta
phone
be,
number, if need be, is 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-TALK. So
We could save one person.
yeah, just one. There's
Yep.
been this has been some year in regard to this. So with this, Parkinson's disease, in case anybody doesn't know, is a degenerative disease and a neurological disease. So it is chronic. So I can see how he now needs to step back and take care of him and stuff.
Yep.
I give anybody credit with such issues to continue on as long as he and Judas Priest has been doing. But this has been, it's kind of sad when you hear these things here.
Absolutely.
You know
a
what
lot
I
of young
mean?
people. A lot of young people
Yeah.
passed.
Oh my gosh, I was looking at the list again.
What list is that?
The
This list.
The list, yes, the list of
Which
people
particular
who
one?
passed on
Vinnie
this
Paul
year.
was young, 54.
Vinnie Paul, and that was heart, all due to heart.
He was a big man.
He was a big man, but I've seen.
He
much-
wasn't giant, but he was a big
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
a
I
big
think
man.
this was an undiagnosed thing. I don't think he knew that this was, that he actually had these types of issues here.
Right.
So, by the way, hi everybody. I'm looking at the Facebook feed here, and it's good to see everybody. Yeah,
on?
we got lots of things going on here. So, hello everybody.
Nobody's watching YouTube. Come on, turn on YouTube. Cut the crap.
So, who's next on your list there?
Pete Shelley from the Buzzcocks,
Yes, that was
December 6th.
Yeah, that wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
That wasn't long ago.
And the beloved Roy Clark.
I think I was having a discussion with Johnny Batts not too long ago about it, because we were talking about the music that we love and everything, and he loves everything from, some forms of country all the way into it, and he, obviously was later on in years, but an icon in country music by far.
Absolutely.
So
just an icon across all genres.
Mm-hmm, no doubt. And influenced.
One of the original members of Jefferson Airplane, original vocalist, Marty Balin.
Right.
One of the original members of Leonard Skinner, Ed King. All the old timers are going. But at least they lived out their lives. Yeah, they had full, complete lives.
Do you think Skinner was still, I don't know that are they still touring or doing any? Because they influenced so many different genres as well.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody knows Leonard Skinner.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what else would...
we got Pat Torpey, the drummer of Mr. Big, and David Lee Roth.
Oh, my gosh. Mr. Big.
Mr. Big. It's a cruel world. No, wait. No.
Who remembers Mr. Big?
Baby. Wild World.
Go ahead. You're going to be the one singing it, because
I'm
it's
not
singing
anything
me.
else. No, I'm too tired.
And
David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth. Everybody knows David Lee Roth. But anyway.
Yeah, all right. I know. But
Jim Radford from the Kinks and the Zombies.
When you wrote them,
British bass player.
I was surprised about that.
Yeah.
And you know what I didn't know is that he played for both bands.
Yeah.
That was a big one. I was really, really surprised.
On the heavier end of the spectrum, Ollie Herbert from All That Remains.
All That Remains, yeah.
Yeah, he was young too. He was in his 40s.
I was going to say All That Remains is still a name. Is a name. In that. All That Remains is one of my favorite bands, so I listen to a lot now.
And there's all kinds of stuff in here. Fast Eddie Clark.
Fastway. We just did
Motorhead.
that whole thing, but I just think of that because we were talking about Fastway on our Halloween.
Trick or Treat. That's a horrible movie.
But it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was
Fast
so
Eddie
bad
Clark
it was
from
good.
Motorhead.
So for Fastway,
Yep.
Yeah. It's so hard. We have so many here that we can just keep going on.
Just bands I never heard of.
Well, that's okay.
Wormed.
Yeah.
Guillermo Calero, the drummer of Wormed, he was 27 years old. My son is older than that.
We're not even going to touch on that one now.
Good thing.
Because, yeah.
He's going to be our bodyguard when we get rich and famous.
Yeah, I know that. That'll happen, And just to touch on a couple of things before we go into that, there are actually bands that have reformed, which was a surprise to me on this one. But a band called Black River, which I'm not familiar with. Then we have Bleed the Sky, who reformed. Surprise, surprise, was Static X. So I can't quite understand, because without Wayne Static, who's the voice?
Static?
You know
who's
what
Static
I mean?
in Static X?
That was him. And I don't understand. Maybe they have a new singer that can step forward.
Yeah, they should have changed the name then. In my opinion.
Or Sublime, because Sublime performs with Rome, and then they play together. But so that was Static X. Motley Crue.
Motley Crue, yeah, Motley Crue. That was weird. Motley Crue signed contracts to never tour again.
And now
they will never hit the road again. They're recording new music. Now
that is kind of going back to what Rex, when Rex was here, talking about the whole big performance thing. So
Motley Crue is one of the bigger, one of the biggest.
And again, that's a band I never got to see, but I've seen a lot of.
I saw them at the fairgrounds.
Really?
Yeah.
There used to be a place in Orange County that used to do a lot of bands.
I want to say Queensryche.
With Queensryche?
I want to say, or no, wait a minute.
That's awesome. That must have been a great show.
Yeah, it had to be Queensryche. It was on their Promised Land tour.
That's really wonderful. I mean, that would have been a show. I'm not even sure that I was up here yet.
I saw, I think, Foreigner, Motley Crue, Queensryche.
That was all one show?
No, I saw Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth at the fairgrounds.
Now that's...
And Danzig.
And Danzig.
I think all four of them were on that tour.
That's pretty amazing.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Sloshing around in the mud at the fairgrounds at the at the dirt track.
Now, if only that, we'd still have these bands out today. So we talked about...
We got the bands, we don't have the venues.
Yeah. You're absolutely right about that.
Remember PDH used to say, it's summer when they're rocking in Middletown.
That's true.
Kiss played the fairgrounds.
That had to be before I moved up into this area.
I can't remember if it was Crappy in the Shade or Animalize. I don't know.
It had to be. Because, like I said, I came up in 92, so I don't remember.
And it was horrible. I was standing there at the show, and they opened up.
And this coming from a big Kiss fan.
Well, no, it wasn't. The show was good.
Okay.
I wasn't real fond of that whole time period in their career when they took their makeup off and they went kind of poppy.
Oh, I remember that, yes.
I wasn't real fond of it. Mm-hmm. But they opened up with I Stole Your Love, which is an iconic Kiss song. Mm-hmm. And I'm standing in the crowd and they open up with I Stole Your Love, and the kid next to me says, "What the hell song is this?"
Really? Oh, you're going to get that an awful lot.
Smack the crap out of him.
You're going to get that an awful lot.
No, I know.
Now... We're talking a lot about what events and people who have passed over the year, but we can also talk a little bit about what has already come about this year that is new. So Zeal and Ardor for me is my newest favorite album that I'm just so ecstatic about that, and Alien Weaponry.
She can't talk.
I know, but Alien Weaponry.
Like them.
I do. I love the whole chanting.
What's that song?
It's Maori. They're chanting. They're from New Zealand.
Something or other. They got a song out. I
love it.
Oh man.
I love it. I love that whole chanting thing. And Zeal and Ardor, again, is something that I really wanted to, I don't want to say I want to. It's just I'm just in love with that album. It's so different.
I can't get into the Alien Weaponry.
I do. I really like it.
I always think of Mark Wahlberg in the Transformers.
All right, we'll discuss
Give me my
that
alien
one
gun.
later.
Give me my alien gun.
You know what I mean? But those are some of the new ones, and I really liked. I was really getting into Huntress, so it's a shame. I don't know where that's going to be going there. Beartooth.
Beartooth is pretty cool.
Yes,
like
thank goodness for Liquid Metal on Sirius.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get to hear so much new stuff there, and then I also listen to Pandora, so if you're a subscriber on Pandora, you get to download the albums.
I still go back
so
to Hair Nation.
Good. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and Boneyard.
I also, to me, an event for us, for everybody in this community, is that the person and persons that work on our audio was nominated for a Grammy this year.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Yes, so Alan Douches from West Side Music has been nominated for a Grammy for High on Fire's
Check him out.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful.
Hardcore.
It really is amazing. So
it's good, definitely worth a listen to, and definitely worth the nomination.
And actually, bands, if you're out there or whoever's out there looking, Alan or the studio and the people that support him really do amazing work. They do engineering,
nominated
mastering.
Nominated for a Grammy. He's got to do a good job.
Yeah. So we'll in the credits. We will have an email that you can reach out, or a phone number. Or if you want, like I said, West Side Music. He's right here
in Orange County, New York.
Yeah. So
in my own backyard.
Fantastic.
Almost literally.
Yeah, basically, very, very close. So really, I wanted to give a big shout out to Alan and such. So I'm really, really excited about that. The next thing that we wanted to talk about, which we're excited about, is Brick by Brick is going to be coming here. Yeah, I've been a long time fan of Brick by Brick. It's hardcore, metalcore music, and they will be here on January 30th. So we'll be doing our live stream as well as recording ourselves both on Facebook and on YouTube. So I'm really excited about that one.
That's going to be a big one.
Yeah, it really is. I'm excited. The other shout out that I wanted to give is to Holly from Outsider Magazine.
Outsider Magazine.
Yeah.
Not familiar.
Yeah. She is this little thing of a person and puts out a fanzine or a magazine that is all about punk and hardcore. And she
very cool.
Really, yeah, we've been friends for a long time, right, baby? And so with that in mind, she puts her heart and soul into this magazine, this fanzine thing, and she goes around and does everything herself and does interviews, and she's interviewed some big names as well. And I really, again, it was a whole DIY thing like we're doing here, and it's something that you should all look for. So Outsider Magazine, yeah, so I'll be putting that link up as well. So a little bit about what we are trying to do here. We have an awful lot of plans and an awful lot of ideas that we want to put out there, and we need input from you in order to do that. So we have a couple of interviews that we're working on that look really good, but I don't want to announce them yet until we have everything kind of set in stone with that. But, keep...
yeah, we don't want to end up with egg on our face.
Yeah, definitely don't. Well, when you're in the entertainment industry, people have other things going on there itself. But pay attention to what's going on, and we have a lot going on with social media, and we need that input. Now, a lot of people, I have a couple of submissions from bands that will be working with.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm really excited
cool
about
stuff.
that. But if you would, you could contact us on both YouTube, that Rock, Punk, and Metal Music Show at YouTube, Facebook. So we have I'll be putting up all of the links. If you would like to be a sponsor, we're looking for those. So at the end of a video, we can put your slide up and all your information. So you can contact us. You could contact us at trpmms@gmail.com. And if you have a band that you would like to suggest or submissions and stuff, both Dave and I, monitor the emails. We can get a hold of you. And
one of the biggest reasons for putting this whole thing together is to get up and coming no names promotion.
Yeah.
Get them out there, get them seen. Get them seen possibly by someone that could make a difference.
Absolutely.
I've been in and out of local bands for 30 years, and I know what it's like to bust your ass and push yourself and kill yourself and not go anywhere.
Right.
So if we can help you out, that'd be great.
Yeah, I got it. So the other thing I wanted to just say, look for us on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube, and IGTV. So we're all over, and we hope to hear an awful lot more about what it is that you want. And like I said, send us those submissions. Send us what you want.
We're running out of time here, but before we go, everybody knows what's happening this year.
Yeah, okay.
What's happening this year?
With
50 years.
Yes.
50 years. Woodstock. 50 years. The most infamous collaboration of people, madness, mayhem, and music that ever graced this great planet of ours.
Yeah.
50 years.
Now, I've known a lot of people went to the
together.
original one, but I was too young
to
be able to make it for that. Were you even born?
Yeah, I was.
Yes, you
I'm
were.
52.
All right, okay.
Wait, no. No.
Okay, I'm being goofy. But yeah, I mean, it would be kind of nice if we could somehow make our way out there and maybe do a stream out there. We can't guarantee anything, but we're trying to find out. Another phone number that we'd also like to throw out there is the Parkinson Foundation. We were talking about Parkinson's disease.
Yes.
Is 1-800-473-4636. And then again, with the National Suicide Foundation,
hotline.
Is 800-273-8253. No, 8255.
8255.
There goes my eyes there.
It happens.
Yeah, it's been a long day, so my eyes
I'm with
went
you.
there. So thank you to everybody. Thank you for all that you've been doing.
All your support.
Yeah, we have a minute
It's
to go,
awesome.
so we're...
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's our first time...
We're getting submissions. When I tell you we're getting submissions from all over the world, we got band submissions from Germany.
Yeah.
Wolfhound? Hound Wolf.
Hound
Wolf. Sorry, my apology, guys. Hound Wolf, awesome metal band from Germany.
A few from England.
Italy.
They're just and Italy. Yeah,
Italy.
there's a whole
We just
bunch.
got one the other day from Kansas.
Yes. So it's a bunch of things, and we'll be highlighting everybody.
It's great
on this. So again, thank you, everybody. We need your input, but we will see you.
We need your support.
Yeah. Again on the 30th.
If you want to keep seeing us, you want us to keep coming back for more.
Yeah. Brick by brick.
That's right. January 30th, brick by brick.
Yeah.
Be there or be square.
You got it. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.